Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So today is Monday, the 22nd, January 22nd. Still waiting on the call from my work to go back. Hopefully, I get the call sometime this week. So I get my ass back to work. But I just got home right now from doing my 24th, my 24th chemo, 24th chemo session. So I feel good. Like I feel normal. I kind of enjoy these. This is the fifth chemo I've had of this treatment that they're using on me right now, and I kind of enjoy doing it. I do it every week, Monday, for 3 weeks. Then 1 week I don't do it. Then 3 weeks I'll do for 3 weeks straight again. But not straight, just every Monday. And what I like about it though is that when I go there, they hook my port up and all that with the IV, and then before they give me the chemo, they'll shoot me up with a syringe of Benadryl, which I always thought Benadryl was for colds, but they shoot me up with Benadryl every single time, and that right there just it makes you drowsy. I can't stay up when I'm there. Maybe like within 10 minutes, I'm just like really drowsy and just I feel just laid back. I always tell the girls, I'm gonna take a nap right now. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna fall asleep. So I'm sitting in like a lazy boy chair, and I'll just put the sheets over my head because they give you a blanket and a pillow. So lay there with the sheet over my head and just fall asleep. And I fell asleep. I fall asleep the whole thing. So I'm not sitting there like before. I would sit there and fuck my phone, but now I'm not. I'm not doing that. I fall asleep every single time because of the Benadryl. That shit works good. I think maybe I'll buy me some. You get it at the market, And if I can't sleep at night, just drink some Benadryl because it really does help. But anyways, so today my topic today was I was gonna do the video with my wife, but I decided well I'll just do it on my own. Sometimes I know that my wife doesn't like some of the things that I say, but me I'm gonna say it the way I feel, you know what I mean, and I don't want my wife people to think that my wife feels the same way that I feel about certain things. She has her own opinions. Sometimes she doesn't like my opinions, and it is what it is. So oh well, I'm still gonna have my fucking opinions and say what I want to say. But today, I was thinking about. Well, I was thinking about. I told her I wanted to do a video about education because, when I was a kid, man, I grew up in the '70s and '80s. I was going to school in the '70s and '80s. We still, as far as like elementary school, Head Start, kindergarten, all that bullshit. But I remember when I was a kid, um, when I was in elementary school. I went to the same elementary school for most elementary school. For a minute there, I went to elementary in Reseda. I don't know what the fuck we were doing in Reseda. We stayed on Reseda. My mom and dad had an apartment in Reseda. Uh, I just don't remember why we even lived out there. You know what I mean? What would make us go to Reseda? But we were out there for a little while. I know it wasn't that long, but I was going to I don't know, maybe kindergarten there, something like that. Went to Head Start in Redondo Beach at a little kids center right there in Redondo Beach. Um, it wasn't an actual school. It was just a little. I remember. I kind of remember it being a little red building, a little red wooden building, really old. Um, and then I went to Oak Street Elementary School for a little while in Inglewood for like I think kindergarten also. I think we went from Reseda, we went back to Inglewood. From Inglewood we went to Redondo, and I ended up going to Bernie Elementary School on Grand Avenue um, for first grade. I think it was first grade. Then I moved to Lawndale. I think when I was in the first grade or second grade, and I went to William Green Elementary School for the rest of the time until I was out of sixth grade, until I finished sixth grade. But anyways, when I was in school, there was a teacher, principal at my school, Mr. Murray, who was a mean motherfucker. He was mean older guy, white dude. When people saw him, they'd head the other direction because he was a mean dude. And at our school, there was an asphalt area outside of the cafeteria. So when you came out the cafeteria, you had to walk through the big asphalt area, kind of like a courtyard, and then you walk to the playground. And in that asphalt area, there was these circles. The circles were probably about I don't know, 4 feet wide. Okay, 4 foot circle. They had numbers in them. If you got in trouble in your class before lunch, or you got in trouble after lunch in your class, they give you a number. So just say number 6. You know, you're in number 6 tomorrow. After, say for instance, you got in trouble on the playground doing something stupid. The teacher would get you, or Mr. Murray, because he'd be out there. He'd catch you doing something, catch you running through the hallway or something like that, running where you're not supposed to. If he caught you doing anything you're not supposed to, he'd say, "Come here." He has a little pad. Put your name down there. Number 6. You're number 6 tomorrow. After lunch, go straight to circle number 6, and you stay there. Or if you were in class and you weren't following direction, the teacher would write your name down, and she'd give you a number. Number 10. You're circle number 10 at lunch. After lunch, you eat your lunch, you go sit right there, and stay the rest of the lunch period. And every teacher had to do that if they had students that were disobedient or wasn't doing, they were acting up in class. Before lunch, they would call them into the office, and they give them they all had to call in. Every teacher had to call in to the office and say, "Okay, I assigned this number, blah blah blah, to this kid." So, actually, they would call the office first because the office is the one who had the numbers. So they said, "Okay, I need a number for this guy. He get a circle number," and they give it to her. She give it to you. So the people in the office wrote everything down. Then they gave it to Mr. Murray the next day. Mr. Murray would come out and check. I think like maybe a half hour after lunch was served, he'd come out and he'd stand out there in the circle area, and he'd check out people's names. Make sure you were in the circle. If you weren't in the circle, you're in the next day, but you're getting 2, sometimes 3 days instead of that circle. You can't play with your friends. It didn't matter. It was fucking 100 degrees outside. Nothing mattered. You better be in that fucking circle. If it was raining, I think you had to go to a classroom and stay in the classroom. Or no, you might have to stay in the cafeteria. I think there was an area in the cafeteria where they make you sit there. You couldn't go out and play. You couldn't do that. You just sit at the fucking bench, and that's it for the rest of the lunch. And lunch was probably maybe like an hour long or something like that. My brother was constantly in that fucking circle. And my brother went to he was 4 years younger than me, so they would come out before us to go to lunch. So when I'm coming out to lunch, they were like, "Oh, hey, look, your brother's over there." Like, huh, fucking guy's in the circle again. My dad used to always call him the circle jerk because he was always in trouble at school in the circle. He'd get in trouble for it. But one thing about school back then was if you acted up enough, Mr. Murray, they would call you into Mr. Murray's office. He'd give you a fucking card up. I think it was blue or green. It was a paddle card. And you took that card home. And your parents had to sign it if they wanted to. They would sign it. And that gave him the authority to discipline you. And believe me, there was fucking parents that would give him the authority. My cousin being one of them. I think both my male cousins probably got fucked up, but I know one for sure. You get fucked up, Mr. Murray. He had a ping pong paddle, and he had one of the long paddles that they use for like college kids having big long paddles and shit to fuck with their the people coming in, the new guys, the pledges. He had one of those, and he had them hanging behind him on the wall in his office. So anytime you went in there, you see the fucking paddles in there, a ping pong paddle and that big paddle, and that's what he whooped your ass with if you got out of line. When we were kids did not get out of line at school. Okay, the education was good. We had good education. We fucked our educations up growing up. We didn't want to listen, but we had good education. We had good teachers that really give a shit about us. You know what I mean? Things were so much different, man. You look at these videos now of these teenage kids and shit that act up in the classroom, that fight with the teachers, that are disruptive. They won't listen. You constantly see it. You can go on YouTube and watch these videos all night long. I do it sometimes all night long, just watch these fucking videos. And then you see the teachers, a lot of times the male teachers they'll get pissed off and they'll slam some of these kids. Next thing you know, the parents are fucking bitching, the kids saying you assaulted them, The teacher's getting arrested. He's getting suspended or fired from his job because these kids are acting up. And it's like you have to let them do that. You have to let them act up. If your kid is acting up in school and they're a fucking tween or a teen or whatever, that's your fault. You're a bad fucking parent if your kid's a piece of shit like that at school and disrespects the teachers. You know, because teachers don't make enough money. Everybody knows that. We've been fucking saying that same old song and dance for years, but it's true. Teachers do not make enough money for what they do. They educate your children. They educate your children are the future of this country, and they're educating them. And your kids act up. And to be honest with you, it's mainly the black community. Everybody knows that. People are just afraid to say it. I was watching the video the other day. Was a black dude. He's like a professor or something like that. And they were interviewing him, and he was saying the same shit. He was saying the same thing. Then there's videos of him, other black people in the community, like, you know, will do a reaction video to him, what he's saying, and disagree with him. But it's true. It's a fucking fact. Now, I'm not saying Mexican kids, white kids, and other kids don't act like they do. But the majority of the fucking videos you see on YouTube, the news, whatever, it's black kids. It's the black community. They're the ones acting the fool, doing whatever the fuck they want, think they can do whatever they want to do, say what they want to say. When they get in trouble, you know, and a lot of times it's over a phone. These kids are still so stuck on their fucking phones nowadays. They don't give a fuck about education. They're still stuck on their phones. I was watching some videos last night, of people getting caught shoplifting. And every single time that these people were getting arrested, caught red-handed, the first thing they said, "Where's my phone? I'm on my phone. Give me my phone." You don't get your fucking phone. You're going to jail. Like, I'm on my phone. I need my phone. Like, that's the first thing they said. There was another one I watched where these, I want to say, I think it was 4 black girls. They were stealing from Ulta, the Mego spot. They were stealing from Ulta, right? And when they're trying to get away, they wrecked. And one of the girls in the car got impaled by a piece of wood or something like that. I can't remember what it was. I think it was a piece of wood went through the windshield and impaled her. And her friend that was in the car with her, they were like, she was like, "Hey, where's my phone?" And the cops like, "Your friend's on the floor right there. She's fucking dying, and you're worried about your phone." She's like, "Fuck that. I want my phone." Didn't give a fuck about the girl. She wanted her fucking phone. These other kids, teenage kids, got caught in a home that was being remodeled. It was completely empty, being remodeled. They got caught in there. I don't know, about 10 kids. They were black kids, girls and boys, right? When the cops showed up, they arrested everybody in there. They found guns in there. They found dope in there, condoms, alcohol, and shit. You know, they were having a little party. You know, good for them. So they arrested all of them and they put them all. They're all charged them with felony breaking and entry, right? And all of them, every single one of them. "Can I get my phone? Can I have my phone?" They're like, "No, you can't have your fucking phone. You don't take your phone in jail." "Well, what am I supposed to do? I need my phone." That's all they cared about. The whole fucking thing. That's all these kids care about is their fucking phone. You know what I mean? In class, that's all they care about is their phone. They care about fucking with their phone, not learning. Teachers ain't making enough money. So you're not gonna have a good amount of people wanting to be teachers anymore. You know what I mean? Because it's like, why? I don't make enough money. Or if they do, it's like, I'll go be a teacher. Like my wife's cousin, she's going to school to be a teacher. I don't think she wants to be a teacher in the ghetto. You know what I mean? Why? Why would, for shitty ass pay, you gotta deal with these fucked up kids that don't want to listen? And then their parents are blaming the fucking teachers. Say it's the teacher's fault. No, it's your fault. You have fucked up kids. Your kids can't be taught because you're not teaching them at home how to be respectful. So how do you expect this teacher to teach them and give them education? It's not worth it. So people are either not going to want to be teachers, and the ones that really, really want to be teachers will go to a different area. They will not. They don't want to teach in the ghetto areas. So what does that leave you with? That leaves you with people that are not really qualified because that's what they're going to have to do to get people to teach there. Eventually, there'll probably be trade schools for teachers. You know, let them go to a year trade school and get some teachers out of it. Because you know what? These people that go to college and shit like that, they don't want to teach these fucking kids. These kids don't listen, but it's the parents' fault that the kids don't listen. And a lot of people will say, well, how's it my fault? My kid's not listening. Let me tell you something. I was hard on my kids, very hard on my kids. I didn't fuck my kids up and beat them up and shit like that. I was very strict with them. And to this day, I'm very strict with my kids, and they're grown ass adults. I'm very strict with them. You know what I mean? My kids do not control my life. You know what I mean? I'll be that way until I die. My kids are not allowed to drink with me. They're not allowed to be cussing around me and shit like that. That's just not the way it works. You know what I mean? So I'm always, and I always have been, and I always will be strict on my kids, and they have to respect it. If they don't fucking come around here. That's the way that I am. Don't come to my house. Leave me the fuck alone. I don't need you bothering me and fucking with my life. You know what I mean? That's the way that I feel. But like I said, I'm always gonna be that way. You know what I mean? And so I feel it's the parents' fault. It is your fault if your kids are fucked up and they don't listen. But the thing is, the education system is getting shittier and shittier and shittier. And my wife even said, well, that shit started in COVID. And I said, yeah, COVID fucked a lot of things up. But the system has been getting fucked for years. You know what I mean? It's been getting fucked for years. And you're getting people that are not qualified enough to be teachers. But how are you going to get them? This is not the fucking 80s, the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s where you have like Dangerous Minds, that movie Dangerous Minds, or The Principal, or The Substitute, or Lean on Me. There's nobody running around saying, I want to save these ghetto ass kids. That was fucking back then. These kids nowadays are fucking where they carry guns at school. You know what I mean? They're all fucking. They're all looking to fuck something. Most young boys are looking to fuck something. You know what I mean? The young girls are looking to get fucked. They're not looking to educate. They're on their fucking phone. That's all they do. They want to sit on their phone in class. And now some of these kids don't even have to go to school anymore. They can do it right here on the laptop. They don't even have to show up. You know what I mean? What kind of education do you get? These are the fucking kids that are gonna try to take over this country one day. You got a bunch of fucking idiots, and pretty soon you're gonna have idiots teaching them, or you're gonna have these idiots that are going right now trying to be teachers later on. They're fucking idiots. The education system's fucked up, but this shit also starts at home. Nobody wants to teach your fucking kids. Nobody wants to go to a classroom and try to be a teacher and educate somebody, and you tell a kid, hey, get off your phone. Like, fuck you, I ain't got to get off my phone. Don't tell me what to do. Because that's the way they talk. We never talked like that when we were kids, ever. No matter how tough you were at school or what kind of reputation you had, you always had to be respectful. You know what I mean? We always had to be respectful. I remember myself personally, when I was going to Hawthorne High School, I told a couple stories before where the very last time that I got in trouble at Hawthorne School, they kicked me out, is when I went to I think it was a wood shop or a mechanic shop. I went to one of them shops and I grabbed a Phillips screwdriver, because some dudes from Lenox that told me, hey, so and so from this neighborhood, he's here in the school. He started today. So I was like, what? Let's go. I left my class, went to the shop, went in there, grabbed a big fucking Phillips screwdriver, and even the teacher, the instructor, was like, hey, what are you doing in here? I said, hey, mind your fucking business. Don't worry about it. And I'm digging through shit. I find a screwdriver. Let's go. Put it in my back pocket. And the classes are coming out. So I see him. He sees me. He sees all these dudes with me. As soon as he sees us, he takes off running. And there I go, chasing him through the hallways. I'm going to stick this dude in the hallways. But it's like outside, you know. And then all of a sudden, boom, here comes the fucking golf cart. The principal and the head security guards on it. They pull up next to me. Hey, and they call me by my gang name. They don't call me by my real name. Come here. Get over here. What happened? The shop called them. Hey, fucking so-and-so came here right now and took a Phillips screwdriver right here. He with a bunch of other guys. They came looking for me. They found me. Get over here. Take the screwdriver from me. Get on the back of the golf cart. So I get on the back of the golf cart. I didn't disrespect the dude. He took me to the front of the school, said, see you later. You can't come back to school here anymore. You're done. You caused too many fucking problems here. He had caught me a couple weeks before that about to fuck up some dude out by the snack bar with about 30 other guys who were about to fuck this dude up, and I was the main one. And he had been warning me, but I never talked back to the dude. Never. Didn't, hey, fuck you and all. No. It was a game that we were playing. You know, the same kind of game that we're playing with the cops. We didn't disrespect the cops. If you disrespect the cops and bring heat into the neighborhood, well, you're gonna get dealt with by your own homeboys. Because now we can't fucking sell dope. We can't do any things that we're doing. We can't hang out in the fucking park. We can't hang out on the corner no more. We can't do this. We can't do that. Every time they see us, they're fucking pulling us over because you're over here causing problems with these motherfuckers. You know. So it was keep your mouth shut. Don't be disrespectful to the cops. That's the game. You want to be a gangster? Be a gangster. They're cops. That's just the way it is. But it was the same thing with the teachers at school. When I got kicked out of that school, I went to another high school. I went to Lloyd. It was called Lloyd at the time. Now it's called Lawndale High School, but it was called Lloyd Continuation. When I got kicked out of that school, when I got kicked out of Hawthorne, I said within a week or two, all the guys from over there that were at Hawthorne, all the guys from Lenox, they all got sent over there. They all got kicked out at the same time. So just one day, boom, they're there. Like, what the fuck? Like, we all got kicked out. They kicked every single one of us out and put us over here. So here we are again, a big ass group of guys at this school, and same thing. I did whatever I wanted. I did whatever I wanted. The principal knew who I was. He knew my gang name. And I remember one time, same kind of thing. The dude from Lenox came to me, hey, so and so from this neighborhood, he's up in homeroom class up here. He starts there. Fuck, let's go. Go up there to his class. Hey, come here. I'm at the fucking door. You know what I mean? The teacher's like looking at me, like, what's going on? I have the door open. I say, hey, come here. Come outside. Come in the hallway. Nah, homie, I don't want to bond. I just want to go to school, man. Nah. Either you come out, I'm going to work, drag your ass out here. Come out right now. And I'm holding the door for him. Come on outside. And the teacher comes on the phone. Boom, call the principal. I can hear keys coming through the hallway. Same thing, call him by my gang name. And all the security guards. Come here. Put his arm around me. What are you doing? I said, well, what are you doing? You know what's gonna happen to him. You know where he's from, don't you? He's like, yeah, but he's here to get education. He can't get education here. It's not gonna happen. They said, well, that's not right what you guys are doing. I said, look, man, it's not gonna happen. You knew it's not gonna happen. You knew that any of them guys from that neighborhood or other neighborhoods come over here, they're done. They're gonna be out of here. So why are you letting them in? He goes, I can't tell them, the school board, no, he can't come over here. Because he goes, it makes it look like you guys run the school. But we did. We did. But he's not going to admit that. So he comes walking me to the front. Do me a favor, man. Just leave the guy alone. I said, okay, you do me a favor. You take that guy. He goes, don't do anything on my schoolgirls, man. It's gonna make me look bad. I said, okay, take him, have your security, take him out of the school, take him onto the street and release him, and then we'll deal with him on the street. He said, okay, you're not going to do anything here in my school, right? I said, I won't do nothing in your school. I'll give him my word. I'll tell everybody not to do anything on the school property, but you let him go and we'll deal with him behind the school somewhere. Okay, that's what we'll do. So he told the security guard, go get the kid and take him. But he fucking tricked me and he had him take him another direction. We went over here, they let him go over here. On the other side of the school. So we're over here waiting for the fucking security to bring him in the car to drop him off so we can go get his ass. And they took him to the other side of the school and told him, get the fuck out of here, don't come back. But we still did not disrespect the teachers. We fuck you and this and that and fight with them. None of that stuff. We respected them. I think we respected adults, and that's another issue with this education system. These kids don't respect adults. If they don't respect their own fucking parents, what makes you think they're gonna respect adults? And a lot of the times, if you see these videos and shit like that, the black students are very disrespectful to white teachers or Asian teachers or Hispanic teachers. They do it sometimes to the black teachers, but mainly it's these other teachers. And I think it's because whenever you see them getting out of line with a black male teacher, a lot of the times that black male teacher is only going to go so far with that motherfucker, and he's just going to slam him. He's going to do something, grab him, throw him out the class, wrestle around with him, whatever. They get into fights with him. But nobody wants to be disrespected. See, that's a problem, And then the parents come along and be like, well, my son's a minor. Fuck your son. You gotta stop sticking up for your kid. It's another. When I was a kid, when I used to get fucked up by the cops or anything happened to me and I came home I told my mom something, not to snitch on nobody, but like, yeah, man, the fucking cops was fucking with us again today. My mom would say shit like, well, you should have kept your stupid ass in the house. Then you wouldn't be getting in trouble. That's what you get. Keep being out there on the street and that's what you're going to get. My mom wasn't like, oh, you know what? Let's make a fucking complaint. My mother never filed no complaint on anything. I never asked my mother to file a complaint on anything because that was the game we were all playing. But the thing is that the educational system, it goes back to the fucking kids. The way that kids act nowadays, you're not gonna get a high quality, super educated person that wants to really be a teacher. Not in an urban area. They don't make enough money for that shit, and I don't think you can pay them enough anyway. You probably pay $100,000 a year. You ain't gonna get some fucking white girl or some Latina or anybody besides another black person to want to go and teach in Compton or Watts or or maybe East LA or Boyle Heights where the kids act up. You're not gonna do it. They don't want to do it. Fuck that money. I don't want to work over there. I don't want to deal with this shit. You know what I mean? I'm not Joe Clark. I'm not trying to save the fucking students. Fuck these kids. And that's the attitude now. That's the attitude now. Fuck these kids. And it's understandable. It's very understandable. But again, all this shit starts in your home. Your kids are fucked up to the teachers and shit like that. It's because you're a bad parent, and you cannot say anything else to me. Quit fucking blaming that. Oh well, it's just me. I'm a mother all alone, and his dad's not around. Also, your fucking fault. You're fucking losers. That's your fault. Don't be blaming the fucking kid's dad for not being around. You're the one who's fucking them. It's still your job to make sure that your kid is a productive person in society, and you're not doing that. You're too busy trying to be a friend with your kid. Your kid is not afraid of you. If your kid is not respectful to you, then how do you expect them to respect a teacher and people of authority? They don't, and they won't. And so, little by little, this whole education shit's falling apart. And again, you can do education now. You can even go to college on a computer. That's crazy. You can take college courses on a computer. How the fuck do they know you're even doing the work? I mean, me personally, I don't know. I've never done that. I went to trade schools, and I had to actually go into the trade school. I didn't get on a computer and do it. I went there. I had to work a full day, a full-time job, and go to school full-time. So I can finish in like 9 months, 10 months, whatever it was. Truck driving, same thing. I worked part-time and went to school full-time. But I always had to be there. I couldn't do nothing on a computer. You could do your shit on your phone if you have the right kind of phone. I mean, look at this fucking phone I have. I opens up like this. I can do anything I want. They even have a little keyboard for this. I can hook a keyboard to this, wireless keyboard to this, and set it up like a fucking like a laptop and do work on it. That's how I do a lot of my videos. Some of my videos I do it on here, but it's all right there in the palm of your hands. And these kids are stuck on it. They don't worry about education no more. Nobody is worried about the future anymore. When we were kids, that was one thing. When you were in school, every kid was asked that back then. What do you want to be when you grow up? They don't ask these kids that shit nowadays because all they want to do is be rappers or some dumb shit. You know what I mean? They don't think about education. So it's gonna get worse before it gets better. Because the people that are coming up right now are the ones that are gonna educate your kids later. And this shit to me, it started like in the 90s. I think it started somewhere in the 90s, in the mid 90s, man. Where people just started giving a fuck just about material shit and becoming rappers because rappers were famous. They were spending all this money, and most of these people don't understand the money. Most of these kids don't understand the money they see these rappers have. It's not really theirs. They go into debt. Most of them go into debt. There's only a few people that have actually survived off the money they made because they made the right choices. The rest of them, they're always broke. They go broke. They end up in prison and shit like that. So, and I'm not a big advocate for college. I don't believe in college because I know people that make more money than college people that went to college. Unless you're a doctor or a lawyer or a judge or some shit like that. You know what I mean? most people that go to trade schools and become union members and shit like that, they make way more money than people that go to college. They make way more than fucking high school teachers. I tell you that much. Or elementary school teachers, junior high school teachers, they make way more money than them. Teachers do not make enough money. They don't get no respect either. So that it's getting worse and worse and worse. You can watch these fucking videos, and that you can have a room with 10 people in there. Say 10 people. And like yeah, I want to become a teacher. I want to become an instructor. And you can get them same 10 people and show them, okay, boom, here, you're gonna go to school for this long to be a teacher. This is what you're gonna make around this much money right here, and you're gonna deal with these kind of fucking kids. Do you want to do that? They'll be like, nah, fuck that. I don't want to do that. It's not worth it. And I don't know how it works as far as teachers go. I don't know if you have to start from the bottom, which means you have to go to like an urban area, a fucking ghetto ass area, become a substitute and all that shit to become a full-time teacher. I don't know if that's the way it works. I assume that's the way it works. Like everything else, you gotta start from the bottom. So who the fuck wants to start in that kind of in the environment right now with these fucking kids? Who wants to start in this environment right now? I sure the hell wouldn't. I would just look online and say, nah, it's not for me. I ain't doing that shit. I'll only become an instructor if you put me in be honest, put me in the right area. Put me in Brentwood, Beverly Hills. I do not want to go to the black area. I don't want to go to the fucking to the Mexican area in Boyle Heights. I don't want to go in. I don't want to do all that bullshit. I want to be an instructor. I want to teach kids that want to fucking learn, and that's it. I'm not Captain Save Your Child. Fuck your kid. If your kid's bad, fuck your kid. I ain't trying to save him. You know what I mean? So, but again, I don't know how that works. And I'm pretty sure it has to work somehow like that, where you start from the bottom. But anyways, it all falls back on the parents though. From the very beginning, it falls back on the parents. You can't be your kid's friend. You gotta be tough with the little motherfuckers from the very beginning. From the very beginning when they're little, you have to be tough on them. I remember when I was a kid, I got caught playing with matches one time. My mother put my hand above the fire. She took me in the kitchen, grabbed my arm. She had my arm under her arm. She was holding my wrist, and she turned the fire on, and she put my hand over it. Not on the fire, direct, but above it. And it was hurting. It didn't blister or nothing like that. She just wanted me to see what it felt like to get burned. And that would happen with all my cousins. I think every single one of my cousins had that experience. Got caught playing with matches. Get over here. Put the hand above the fire. You got caught cussing. They fucking put soap in your mouth. I had cousins that were constantly eating soap. You know what I mean? Or you just get fucked up. They whoop your ass. You get out of line, you get your ass whooped. We weren't allowed to be on the fucking playing Nintendo. When the Nintendo came out, I eventually got one. We weren't allowed to sit on that shit all day. My parents were strict. Nope. You can play for an hour. After that, get the fuck out of my house. Especially if my mother's soap operas were on. Don't be in the house. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to hear you. My stories are on. Get out. So you had to be outside. We had discipline. We had respect. And we took that same respect we had in our home to the school, because if the school called our home, when we got home, it's your ass. I hear these fucking, like I said, the videos I watch where kids get in trouble and shit, and the parent will call the school and blame the fucking teacher. Well, my son said the teacher talked this way to him, and I don't think that's right. Fuck you mean? So dude's over trying to educate your child, and your child's acting like an asshole, and you want him to be nice to him. Well, you can see right then and there how that kid is raised at home. Entitled. It's like, oh, you have to respect him. This is my child. You have to respect him. No, your kid has to respect me. I'm a fucking adult. Fuck that kid. But that's the way people are raising their kids nowadays. So it starts at home, and the kids have to be respectful in school. If they're not, you're going to get the worst of the worst as far as educators. You're not going to get the cream of the crop. They don't want to be there. They don't want. I'm telling you, this is no 80s movie. Nobody's trying to save your kids. Most people's attitude now is fuck those kids. You hear people saying it all the time. Fuck those kids. Look at our kids, the little Edgar motherfuckers, you know? If you see when they do those street takeovers and shit like that, and one of them gets hit by a car, look at the comments. The comments mainly are like, fuck that kid. He deserved that shit. People say, I hope the little motherfucker dies. He shouldn't have been out there. Where's his parents at? Yeah, where the fuck are all these kids' parents at? You got a bunch of 16, 15, 14-year-old kids, hundreds of them, in the middle of the night. How the fuck you? There used to be a saying back in the day, do you know where your kids are? They don't give a shit now. Either give them a video game, give them the phone, get out of my hair. I don't have to deal with you. This will raise you. The PlayStation will raise you. I don't have to. And they think they're doing a good job by giving their kids whatever it is they want. They think they're raising their kids, and you're not. You're making the kid a terrible person. He doesn't respect you, so he's not gonna respect the educator. And that's bad. That's bad for the fucking future. And I'm just glad that I don't have little kids. I'm glad I don't have no little kids, you know. And it's fucked up for like my goddaughter. She's like 3 years old. She grew up in this time. She hasn't grew up with these weird motherfuckers. She's 3 years old. So kids are like 16 years old right now that are acting a fucking fool, doing all the dumb shit they're doing, not getting a good education, are the ones that's going to be educating her when she becomes junior high school. What kind of education are they going to give her? The only way that she's going to get a good education is she goes to a private school. Then you get a good education. But at the public school, you ain't going to get it. Because you're going to have a bunch of public school dropouts as your instructors. Because nobody wants to teach these kids. And again, it's a lot of done on computers. So like, hey, give them the fucking computer. I don't want this motherfucker in my classroom. Here's the laptop. You learn at home. You can't be in the classroom. You go learn at home and shit. And they don't give a shit. They just pass you. And they were doing shit like that when I was a kid too, though. I'm not gonna lie. I would have graduated in 1991, I think it was. I'd have been like, no, I would have graduated. I got busted. I think I was 15. I was in the 10th, 11th grade. I think I was in 11th grade already. So I would have graduated early. From high school. I never one time did homework, and I never one time did classwork. I didn't do shit. Most of the time, I didn't even go to class. I walked around the school, so dope. Was gangbanging. That's all I did. Next door at Apollo Burger, waiting for enemies to come by. And I still passed every single year. I was passing. Didn't do a lick of fucking work. They just want to get rid of me. That's the way they were trying to treat me and the guys that were like me. Like, hey, just pass these dudes because they keep failing and flunking. They're gonna stay here another year. I knew motherfuckers that would be at school at like 19 years old because they kept flunking. They didn't want that shit. They were like, nope, just pass them. Get them the fuck out of here. It's the hamster wheel. Get these guys out of here. We don't want them here. So I would have graduated from high school. I never did because I ended up getting busted. And then I didn't go to school when I was busted either. But yeah, I didn't have no credits in high school. I wasn't doing nothing. But so yeah, they were doing that kind of shit to certain kids. But it was my fault because I wasn't doing the work. I was just disrespectful to the teachers. I just didn't do my work and I didn't do no classwork. I just sat in the classroom, talked to girls, walked around the classroom so dope, went class to class looking for dudes, gangbanging, and just hung out. Because my mom didn't want me in the house. So if I was at school, she'd leave me alone. Didn't matter if I was learning anything. Just take your ass to school. And back then, I think that's when they started that shit where if your kids were constantly truant, then the parents would end up going to jail. They passed that law back in the late 80s, early 90s, somewhere around the late 80s, I think it was. So yeah, my mom like, get your ass to school. Fucking going to jail for you. So, okay, I'll go to school, but I ain't gonna do nothing. I'm just sit here and fuck around. And that's what I did. That's my fault. That wasn't the instructor's fault, it was my fault, you know. But that's the way that I see the education system. It's getting worse and worse and worse. You're no longer gonna get the cream of the crop as far as educators. And I think pretty soon they will start doing trade schools where it's like just, hey, you'll see the commercials. Hey, in 9 months, be a high school teacher. In 9 months, be a high school science teacher. You know, just to give you a quick basic, like a crash course in this shit. Hey, boom, send this motherfuckers over to the urban kids. He's gonna learn with them. Because these good teachers don't want to be over there. These good teachers are like, fuck those kids, man. Send me to a private school or send me to a white neighborhood. I'm not dealing with these fucked up kids. Because you, as parents, raise your kids fucked up. That's the way it is. The education system's fucked up because they're not paying them people enough money to deal with your fucked up kids, to deal with your mistakes. These kids are your fucking mistakes, or their attitudes are your mistakes. And nobody is going to want to teach these fucking kids, and the education system's going to fucking fall. And they were just talking about it earlier. They want like a 12% increase on the raises. Guess what they say? Well, if we do that, then we have to start laying people off. What happens now? Instead of having, 20 kids in the class, now you have to have the classrooms with 40 fucking kids because you have to get rid of teachers because, that's the only way we're going to do it. By threatening to say, you know what, we'll start laying people off then. If you want a 12% pay increase, we're going to lay off teachers and shit, and then we'll give you your increase. Okay, so now I got to do double the fucking work. Come on. But again, you'd have more people wanting to be teachers and shit like that if these kids weren't so fucked up. So it's the parents' fault. I blame the fucking parents. I blame the school system for them not paying the teachers enough money. There's money in the fucking budget. Quit bullshitting. I mean, look at all the money that dipshit Biden's been giving to the Ukraine. All that money, trillions of dollars to give to Ukraine. We ain't got no money to fucking take care of these teachers that are teaching these kids. We ain't got no money to fix these schools. We ain't got no money for the programs for these kids that they take away from the schools. Like, I don't know if they still have a mechanic shop, a wood shop, and all that stuff. When I was younger, they had that shit. They had the paint shop. You can learn how to paint cars. You can learn how to do body work. You can learn how to work on cars, work on lawnmowers, or just motors in general, engines in general. You can do wood shop, metal shop, all kinds of stuff they had. I don't know if they still have that stuff now in high school. But they had all that stuff. Same thing with the prison system. They had all that stuff. They take it all away. And then they talk about, we don't have no money in the budget, but we have enough money to give to the Ukraine to save them fucking people. We have enough money to send the Gaza Strip and to the whole area to help them people. But we don't have enough money to take care of the teachers and the people that are instructing and educating the kids here in this country. And that's bullshit. That's bullshit. And then you wonder why you're getting bottom of the barrel instructors. And instructors that really don't give a shit. You're not taking care of them. You're not paying them enough. And the parents are not raising their kids right. So you got to blame the school board, the government, and the fucking parents. And I say, shit, the parents like 50% of that. You have fucked up kids. And they're getting worse and worse as time goes by. So that means the education is getting worse and worse as time goes by. It's a domino effect. It'll just keep on going. It keeps on affecting everything. Well, anyways, that's my video. I hope that you enjoy watching the videos. Please like, share, and subscribe. Got any questions? Hit me up, man. Some of my videos lately have been getting a lot of comments, a lot of questions. Shit, I appreciate it, and I'll try to answer as much as I possibly can. I might not get back to it like right then and there, but I see all the comments. If you look down, they're all liked by me. I like I like everything, and I appreciate the people that I appreciate all you guys that comment, because you know what? I have not had, I think maybe like twice where I have to delete a comment or fucking block somebody for just running their mouth. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. You know what I mean? I'm not dealing with stupidity. I don't do the back and forth thing. I'm not gonna argue with somebody over the internet. Fuck all that. You know what I mean? You got a problem with me? You see me when you see me. I'm always out and about. People know where I am. They know where I live. I'm available, motherfucker. You know. But I'll just delete the shit. I'm not gonna argue with somebody. You know. But for the most part, people leave positive comments and stuff like that. You know, and they ask questions, and I appreciate the questions because it helps me think about other videos to do. So ask the questions or leave suggestions on videos. I know about a lot. I know a little bit about a lot of shit. You know what I mean? So just ask me. If I know, I'll speak about it. Anyways, thank you guys, and I'll be talking to you guys later.